All right, good afternoon, my people, and welcome to an afternoon of Tracing World 5. We're continuing on, pushing on, trudging on, however you want to describe it, with the recently released Dutch Route. Nabil, Nilvanus, Henk, Nerd, and anyone else that's currently tuned in. A very big welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me nice and early in the stream today. Thankfully, somehow, I don't know what happened the other day. I can only assume it was truly because I had installed mods for the route before I had even loaded the game with it for the first time. But I've got all the mods that I didn't have the other day. They all work today. Sound mods for the Dutch route, light mods, alarm sound mods, and some mods for some other routes as well. Although there was one alone that I tried to install last time, and after reading the description of it, decided not to do this time. Holy Trucker, welcome. Let me see if I missed anything. I think what Nabil suggested a while ago, right, to do like a just chatting at the beginning of the stream would be quite cool. But I think if there's actually stuff to chat about, I guess in response to what you guys have written already, it makes sense. Otherwise, there's not much to just chat about, you know, especially if like sometimes 15-20 minutes into the stream no one's around. Who am I going to be chatting to, right? So I guess I'll do it on a like we'll go as we see basis. Manilvinus, it's good to see you more often, you know. You're here quite consistently nowadays. I don't know if I was asleep, but I was busy making this massive mug of coffee. Because I woke up from a nap. I didn't even wake up, the missus woke me up 2 minutes before the stream was meant to start. Probably spend as little time as possible. What, me and Nabil or you? God mode in VR. I'm glad you're making the most of your VR experience, Holy Trucker. I really am happy for you, genuinely, you know. Hello, Dan. Good to see you, mate. Welcome. So play some Derail Valley. Okay, so I was wondering to myself. I didn't reply to you in the Discord, but I did wonder within myself. Obviously you left some positive comments about it, and I've seen plenty of positive comments. I actually haven't really seen any negative feedback about Derail Valley. But do you think the feeling that you're feeling about it right now is like new game? You know, like is it the equivalent of like a new car smell? Is it like a new game smell, like a new game high? Or do you think that, you know, this is something that you're going to be like enjoying long term? What do you think? No, but this is waiting for me to play Simro. I considered, I thought about, so I was thinking about this next week's schedule, because I'm going to make a change that I've spoken to Nabil about already, with regards to evening streams, and I'll make an official announcement at some point over the next couple of days. But I was thinking about the schedule, and I'm thinking to myself, could I throw in a day or two of Simrail? And I could. Technically I could, but as we are where we are right now, in the year, right, 28th of March, the DLC is coming out in April. I might as well just wait. Both of us. I don't know about all of us, Nabil. This DLC, remember, is people's favorite, best ever DLC in Tracing Mod. So, you know, I don't know about all of us, but yeah, if the DLC is coming out next month anyway, which is gonna crack on in a couple of days, so I might as well just wait. And then when the DLC comes out, give it a proper go. You know, maybe a minimum of 3 days on the week of the DLC release. A minimum of 3 days of Simrail, and then we go from there. I mean, it's subjective, Holy Trucker, isn't it? It's subjective. I think some will enjoy Derail Valley more than TSW. Others will obviously enjoy TSW more. The thing is, I don't know what it is. That's like TSW is a bit, it's like nicotine. It just drags you back. Like, I've seen so many people say it on the forums and in other on other like social places that there's just something about TSW that you just can't stay away from. Like, you leave it for a bit and you keep coming back to it. You leave it for a bit, you'll come back to it. I've had that experience with so many others have. And I haven't really experienced that with any other game. ETS2 a little bit. In that case, Dan, it sounds a lot more engaging than, yeah, something like TSW. A lot more engaging. Which, it does play a part. It does play a part. One of the complaints I had on Wednesday with regards to this route, which I hope doesn't crash with the mods, was that, like, all I was doing is just, I'm on a controller, right? So you got right trigger to speed up, and then R1 to slow down, R2 to speed up. I'm just balancing between the two. I'm just looking at chat. I'm not even looking at the game. I'm looking at chat. Every 10 seconds, I'll look back at the game to make sure the speed's not dropped below or above where I want it to go. And then that's it. I kept it moving. Right, let's see if I can remember how to get this puppy started. Realistically, I could just do that from there. Oh, hello, FPS. Where have you gone? First and foremost, realistically, I know it was only two things there. There was nothing here. Cab light off. Or cab light on? I'll leave it on. Train lighting on. Reading light doesn't really do much, does it? It's not really going to help if I want to read. Okay. Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure that's it. There's also a mod for this, for the lights of this unit as well, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember how they looked before, but if you were familiar with how they looked before, then you should be able to tell the difference now. So what's the appropriate night lighting? Would it be dipped high beam or normal high beam? Does anyone know? The scenery makes you feel like you're in Romania, the buildings. Is it based on anywhere specifically? Is it like inspired by any real place, or is it completely fictional? Holy Trucker, that last part that you said, you feel like you left your room and went somewhere, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, bro. That's what VR is about. Absolutely, Nabil. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I've also installed a mod that slows down the speed of the throttle. Remember, I think I did mention it on Wednesday that the throttle moves so quickly, especially with a keyboard, that it's hard to like kind of control. Thankfully, that should be better now. Honestly, God bless modders. Like the mods came out the same within let me say within 24 hours of the route coming out. There was like 2 mods, and then I think another 2 came out the following day. It's insane. Did I ever have ATB stop me? No. I had some close calls with Sifa a couple of times, but nothing with ATB itself. So that's something that could be improved then, Dan. TSW5 rules of 10 because there's always something new. That is true, Holy Trucker, as well. Yeah, that was even something that I mentioned the other day. Yeah. I agree. Completely fictional. Well, at least it still brings out a sort of reminder or like a flavour of home. What do I think of the Dutch signalling? I'm assuming you mean with regards to ATB. I actually quite like it. It's obviously it's a lot simpler than German signaling, for example, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, it doesn't have to be complex. Like, complex or difficult doesn't equal good. I think this is pretty clear in what you should be doing. It gives you, I like the 5 kilometer leeway, which I guess you get in Germany as well, to be fair. It just seems very gentle altogether. It's very gentle. But it still gets the job done. Like, yeah. There's no need for it to be super complex. Yeah, I like it. They're just 5 different light signals possible. Well, I mean, if you're referring though to the actual signals themselves, like the green, red, and yellow, and everything in between, I don't know like all the possible combinations, but I'm talking, I guess, more with regards to ATB itself. Ah, bless you, nerd. If you want to talk out all, my friend, my DMs are open. You've got a free pass today to joke about all the crashes that I sometimes cause, and I won't say anything. Made to be easy to prevent from distracting. Well, my opinion on its distractiveness, I think I'm gonna use German signaling as my baseline. German signaling is quite complicated. It keeps you on your toes, but I think that's a good thing, right? It keeps you on your toes in a way that doesn't distract from paying attention to what's going on in front of you. So like it's all very well and directly connected. So yeah, I think UK signaling isn't very distracting either. So I don't think there's any signaling that I know about that I'm familiar with from TSW that is distracting. But nonetheless, yes, it's not distracting at all in what it does. And it does what it does, and it does it well. Everything's very clear. I see 60, 30, and I know that's 60, 80, 130 limit. I know, I need to hit 30% braking for the train to not be upset, or or I'll brake harder if necessary. I know I got some 5 kilometers. I got some grace with those limits as well, 5 kilometers an hour. Like, it all just flows. It all just flows pretty well. I will say I might actually enjoy this route today because, well, number one, the mods are working. So although I'm not sure how much I'm going to notice them. And number two, I think it was, maybe it was Ludwigsbahn? Either Ludwigsbahn or a DLC before it or something around that period of time. But there was a DLC that came out that on day one, I really disliked it. Really, really disliked it. And then I played it the following day and then the day after that. And I started to really enjoy it. So who knows, by the end of this stream, I might be really happy with this route. You think just watching me makes you happy? Bro, that means so much to me. I'm so happy that I can, like, that just me being here has that effect. Thank you for letting me know that, man. That's genuinely, like, that's actually quite heartwarming. I'm glad that I can be of that service. Do you know if Dovetail has a list somewhere of all routes you can use guard mode on? I don't, Holy Trucker, but it could be worth asking about on the forums. I'm sure someone has compiled a list. Yeah, you know what? Maybe chat's not too bad after all, Maybe you guys are alright. You lot are alright, Not too bad. Not too bad. You're a nice bunch. Anyway, I'll share my plans with you guys for the evening streams before I make an official announcement. But you know, and I'm always down to be completely transparent with you guys as well, where I deem it appropriate. But I'm going to put an end to the evening streams as of pretty much now, because I'm not streaming tonight, and obviously this is the last stream before next week. So there's going to be no more evening streams, mostly because in terms of data numbers, there's just not much that goes on. I do have my loyal fair few, Sap, Wayne, Tim every now and again, Nerd every now and again, Nabil, that will be there, maybe for a short time. Sometimes Heck stops by every now and again, maybe for a bit longer. I think there's only 2 or 3 that will actually stay for a considerable amount of time, so a lot lower than what you'd see on this stream, a stream done at this time. And obviously I get the data emailed to me from Twitch after every stream, average viewers, peak viewers, etc, chat, comments, whatever. And man, the numbers are so low in all of them, in everything. Viewers, concurrent viewers, average viewers, chat, like the numbers are just super low. And I've been going at it for a while now, maybe 5-6 months. I've done different games in that span of time. I've, you know, been vocal that hey, these streams are going on, and it could be for a multitude of reasons, but they just haven't really been hitting, especially compared to these streams that take place at these times. And so I think I can use that time more effectively in actually creating video content, which is what I want to go back to. And I've actually got a list of ideas now in my head of videos that I want to do, which a big hindrance to why I haven't been releasing any YouTube videos, other than Adobe letting me down, was because I don't have time. There's just no time to make videos, and so now I'm gonna have that time. And sometimes I just want a game off stream, sometimes just like by myself, and not have the pressure to talk or to make sure that I'm, you know, carrying myself a certain way, like literally just relax, kick back, like game for the sake of gaming, you know, like actually kick back. And so it will give me some time to do that as well. And yes, that's, to be honest, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, there won't be any more gaming, evening streams on the schedule for the time, for the current moment in time. Maybe it will come back in the future, you know, once we kind of grow a little bit more and I can sustain a decent view account for those streams. But yeah, when you know, for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Thank you very much, Carda, for the raid. I'll come back to you in a moment. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Cardinians. Yeah, but when I'm streaming there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and there's either one person or just me by myself watching myself, what's the point? Well, like, what's the point in it being a stream? I could just be doing it by myself, you know? So yeah, I'm going to hopefully the fruits of the refresh schedule show themselves before long. Afternoon, Sammy, how you doing? For you, it's too late. Yeah. Listen, well, like I said, it's for a multitude of reasons. For some people, it's too late. For some people, they're not interested in the games that I play at those times. For others, maybe there's another content creator that they prefer to watch that streams at that time. There could be any reason. I'm not offended by it. I'm not upset about it. It's just that I can use that time better. That's literally it. I can use that time better. How are you doing, Carda? Long time, man. I saw you streaming Train Sim Classic a little bit earlier. If I wasn't already like 10 minutes late for my own stream, I'd have popped in to say hello. Yeah, but good to see you're still at it. How is your Train Sim Classic session? How's the streaming going in general? How are you doing? Who saw the sleeves of my shirt? It's a shirt. So if it had sleeves, it wouldn't be a shirt. It'd be a top or a jumper. Yeah, what Nabil said is very real, I guess. Yeah, like the comparison he made to Simro. On Simro, you guys will see when I would play it, when I was playing it before. I'm constantly checking for dispatchers. I'm ready to communicate. I'm aware of the trains around mine. There's a world outside of the cab, whereas in TSW there's not. You're inside the cabin, and that's where everything takes place. Ironically, there's no world. Hello, Sammy. New schedule. Yeah, I was only referring to. Sorry, I know I said hello to you already. How are you doing though? We're doing well. I was just saying, like Nabil said, there won't be any more evening streams for the foreseeable future. No, it doesn't, nerds. No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to return. Right, I do see a red coming up. Okay, I wanted to wait for the train to tell me to slow down. That's the thing, that even when you get a bad dispatcher, what game is this, Tommy? This game is called Train Sim World 5. Even when you get a bad dispatcher in Sim, right? Like Nabil said, like it's a part of life. Obviously, in reality, you're most likely not going to have a bad dispatcher. However, you could have a dispatcher that makes a mistake, right? There's the human factor that comes in that you obviously just don't get with TSW. But yeah, sometimes it can be a bit overdone when you've just got donuts after donuts dispatching you and putting freight trains in front of your Pendolino and routing you onto left side tracks for some reason, and yeah, routing you off the main line and then back onto the main line without a layover. I've definitely never done any of those myself as a dispatcher. Definitely not. Could never be me. Sammy, like I said to Dan, it's not like I'm not offended by it at any point that, you know, no one really watches those streams other than a fair few. I completely understand. Could be some people work at night, some people work nights and they don't work at these times. What other examples that I use? Some people just don't prefer the games. For some it's just too late, they're in bed by that time. There's like, the list just goes on and on and on. Like, I don't take any offense to it at all. It's just that it's on me to, okay, notice that, you know, that it's occurring and to do something about it for the betterment of the channel, for the betterment of my own time and productivity and efficiency and the growth, which ultimately affects all of us. Canning the 1 PM streams, nerd, which would be suicide for the channel, I think. I wouldn't say I don't like dispatching. I think that's too far on the other end. It's too extreme. I just prefer driving over dispatching. And given the opportunity, I would pick driving over dispatching. But I'm trying to keep an open mind. And perhaps when I'm back on it, I might give dispatching a go, especially now that I've got my second monitor. I can have the timetable up, I can have the map up, and actually it will just make life a bit easier, you know, rather than having the map up open on my phone or on a tablet that's moving at 1 frame per second. If you could do that at all, I'm pretty sure it'd be on the settings. In the... I don't know if there's like a HUD. Not HUD. It'll be somewhere there. Yeah, see, 4 monitors. So you've got everything you need at your disposal. Anything you want to see. Is it possible at all? You know how some dispatch boxes have CCTV? Is it possible to have that CCTV open on another monitor? The game renders it, okay. How do you have your 4 monitors laid out, Nod? I'm sure you've posted a picture in the Discord before, but I don't remember. Are they like... Do you have any on top of others, or are they like 4 in a row? Hank, I don't think we've stopped at any reds. We've definitely come across some yellows. Not often, I'll be honest. I've seen yellows maybe 10 to 15% of the time that we've spent on the route. So, you know, maybe this is how it is IRL, but it's definitely a green light fest. It's not really in the way of slowing down for anything, but we do get a yellow every now and again. I haven't seen any flashing yellows or flashing greens, although to be fair, I see them on the HUDs, but by the time I get to them they've already changed. So maybe I have seen some. No, I've seen a flashing green, I think, once. I don't know whether I'm making that up. I don't know whether I saw it in a different game, but I've seen the flashing green recently. How's the new route, Sammy? Well, I played it for the first time on the Wednesday stream, and I found it rather boring and monotonous. This is my second time playing it. I haven't played it off stream, so this is my second time going at it. So far, it feels better than it did on Wednesday. I can't really tell you why. But give me maybe an hour or two and we'll see. Yeah, completely understandable, Nabil. Thank you for the feedback on the game. I mean, Cyberpunk is done now. I've even uninstalled it from my PC. But I appreciate the feedback. I don't know what flashing greens, what the flashing green means. Heck no. Three in a row. And then the Mac laptop screen is under. Okay, okay. I won't lie, that's actually pretty cool. Flashing greens mean pass with 40 kilometers per hour. And so will ATB reflect that, Hank? Or is that just driver knowledge? ATD will reflect it, okay. The signal before will show a reduction to 40. Okay. When you say the signal before, the signal will show it on the signal itself, or will it show it on ATB? Glad that I get to be on the 4K monitor. No, let's go. Let me give this reading light another go. If it's like a dim, low light, it'll be really nice, but like nothing. It doesn't make any difference. It almost just comes on for the sake of coming on. There's no illumination whatsoever. It would be nice if there was like a direct illumination down, but there's nothing. It comes on. The texture itself changes, but no light is emitted. Doesn't make any difference. General message: if I like don't respond to your chat or ignore your message, which it isn't really an ignore because I don't usually do it intentionally, and you think that I've had an opportunity to read chat, please just like send it again, or just let me know that, hey, I think you missed my message. Don't want anyone to feel offended or feel like I'm treating you any different. Matt Skin, hello mate, how you doing? You will first see a yellow with the number 4, and then ATB gives a signal to look. Okay. So yeah, I've seen numbers on the signal similar to some German signaling, and I've treated those the same way I would treat the German one. So it looks like I've been doing pretty well so far. To be fair, Nabil, I think the point you're making is slightly different from the one you initially made that Hank responded to. Because he responded to strictly speaking about the signals themselves. Which, as I said, if this timetable is true to life, then I can only imagine that, this is how the route is. But yeah, once you bring in events and disruptions and stuff, I think that's more an issue with the game itself, the core game, rather than the DLC. Oh, I know he will, Nerds, but like I don't have anything against it. Here's your yellow, Hank. I don't have anything against it, Nerds. Like I've never once responded negatively to it. I'll always apologize and then go looking for a reply. That's it. Like it's a mistake, It's never intentional. Yeah, it's just a core problem. Events, disruption, stuff like that. To be fair, I think it's potentially on the horizon because it's starting to come up now on the yearly surveys. I think it's come up twice now. And usually, features that end up coming into the game usually start out as questions on that survey. Doesn't mean 100% it's coming, but like I said, it's potentially on the horizon. No, it's not even the memory loss, Nerd, because like with chat, I see it and I read it there and then. Unless there's like a cutscene, some dialogue, like some particular reason for why I didn't read that chat there and then or acknowledge it. So most time it's just that chat's moving at a pace that opens the door to the possibility of missing a couple. you know there are signs besides the rail to show when you need to brake for a station? No, I didn't know. Are those their S signs? Because I saw one when we were on the way to this station, quite close by. Or it just walks right through the post. Is this like a rock? It's like polystyrene. It's like a random bit of polystyrene. Loki, that horn sounded really good, you know. I know it's a fair point, Nabil. Absolutely, it's a fair point that you make, but it's just a core issue with the game, rather than with this DLC in particular. And what is a normal service break, Hank? What percentage of break-in would we be talking about? Like, I know Dobby said, for example, in reality that the throttle would be limited to 60% usage, which I completely ignore, and still just about make the timetable. The guy crashed his bike because he was doing the T-pose. I forgot about that picture. I need to do something with that picture. I don't know if I'll make it in a emote, or make it into a meme, or just upload it on Discord for you guys to do something with it. Yeah, the Koploper nodes, they definitely are different. I won't say they're a pretty sight, but they look different. They're unique. I'm sure they have a great personality. So props 30% max. From max line speed, Hank? I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go if I remember. We're gonna add Matt's face to it. You know what? I will let you have your way with it. Just send me a little reminder so that I can post it, because I've got the file on my I've got a screenshot saved. And then cruised on idle to the next station. If I cruised on idle to the next station, Hank, I would be severely below line speed and quite late to the next station. So I don't know how that was achieved, because I've got to throttle out like 60 to 70% just to keep it at 140. Like I said, the nerd, I'll put it out there, and I'll let your imagination have its way with it. Which is a worrying thought, low-key, but you know what? Bring it on. I'm here for it. I'll bear that in mind, Hank. I'm not going to say I'm going to heed to it, but I'll bear it in mind. See, now, for example, if there was a bit of a career mode where you have your driver and he or she gets judged on their performance, and you know, you have like a contract with NS and they judge you based on your efficiency, passenger comfort, stuff like that, I would feel more inclined to follow real world procedures. Whereas now, aside from me deciding to drive that way, there's nothing else driving that way of playing the game. Is it the stream that's distracting you, Nabil? Have you got the distracting thoughts on your mind? I'll tell you what. So the textures on the brake pressure gauges are not great. The lighting textures, as they're not great on pretty much all the other gauges in the game. But like the light, where the lights are placed there, you can kind of tell, and it actually looks kind of cool. It's just a shame that they're let down by some quite horrible textures, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, like this whole thing, it's bad. I don't know how visible. I don't know if it's like coming off on stream, but it's not great. Now it's a little bit darker. I'm gonna give the reading light another go. Nah, another. Oh well. I've given it 33%, Hank, at about 135 kilometers an hour. We didn't make our particular stop marker, but it's a good guide. It's a good guide to sort of roughly get you to slow down in the area. Then you can go from there yourself, adjusting the brake, the amount of brake power. Oh, it was happening before the stream. Well, I mean, Hank, I was on the limit on 140, and we've arrived some seconds late. That's what I mean. Whereas if I'm idle and I let the train slowly slow down below max line speed, we would be turning those seconds into minutes. A couple of seconds late, yeah. It could happen IRL, Bill, but it really shouldn't. It really shouldn't, not with a bus. I don't know about Germany, but at least in London, I don't know about the rest of the UK. At least in London, a bus on a public road isn't allowed to reverse without a supervisor being present. So you really don't want to get your bus where it shouldn't be. I know, right, Sammy? It's always pushing it on me as well. And I wouldn't mind getting it to boost the server, to boost our server, if people like, I don't know, streamed more on there or shared video and stuff. But there's not really much point. What we have now is sufficient for its use, so. Oh, you're trying to upload a video. Well, in that case, it would be because the server needs boosting, which would then allow it to have bigger file sizes uploaded to it, whether that's a video, whether it's a picture, and it also allows HD streaming, yada yada yada. It's more noticeable in intercity services. Well, I mean, the bill, that's the thing that makes sense. And I won't lie, I've seen a few buses in my lifetime reverse, you know, illegally, I guess, quote unquote, but safely at the same time. So I think it's one of those rules that is a little bit too safe, a little bit too extreme. Are you sure, Sammy? I mean, if it's telling you that, then I can't really argue against it, can I? But I was always of the mind that it was only the server that needed boosting, or nitro, or whatever. Well, the thing is, Nabil, a lot of buses, have rear view cameras anyway. So it's not really that complicated to see behind. I mean, the mirrors realistically do a lot by themselves. And I guess it depends on the area as well. Yeah, that would be the best way, yeah. Uploading it to YouTube and then just linking it from YouTube. That would be the best way to do it. Neither am I. I guess we can find out. Although I feel like that's one of the blessings of a community. It would be very boring if everyone was into the same things and the same hobbies. Why didn't you want it, Nabil? Bro, that glass looked... Well, it wasn't a glass, but that cup looked so massive. 2 pints is ridiculous. It reminds me of those big ass drinks they do in like US events. Congratulations, nerd. Now you can start from scratch. There you go. Nilvinus has very, very, very generously given you 1 of their points. Double it or give it to the next person. Wait, well, no. Take it or double it and give it to the next person. Amazon have always been guilty of dark patterns, Nabil. Nothing new there, man. And I don't know if they've changed it now. But there was a period of time where if you wanted to cancel your Prime, it was a very, very difficult process. And you'd have to go through like 4 or 5 different pages to finally cancel it. Because I think the first 3 chapters of the journey mode are all SNGs, and I think the last 3 are all coploppers. I'll do 1 SNG, 1 coplopper, 1 SNG, 1 coplopper run. Not the usual way that I would do things, but they've split it in such a way that if I was to do it, if I was to go through the journey the way I usually do it, and then it would be continually very one-sided. Can you send me a link on direct message for that, Sammy? And I'll sign up soon as the stream's done. Thank you, mate. Time to get chonked. That's a new one. Hello, Element Future. When you were younger, do you no longer live in the Netherlands, or do you just no longer live in this region? You've traveled in one of these sprinters, and assuming you've played this route, or you've seen enough of it, what's your judgment about how well DCG have nailed it? Oh, you use a car these days. Fair enough, you're all growing up now. Train is good and so do the stations. Very well. To be fair, I am using mods, so it's gonna be a little bit different than to what Dovetail have given us. Whoa. And toilet. I haven't been in the northern part of the Netherlands. Okay, fair enough. Do the trains and the railway differ a lot from like north, south, east, west of Holland? Perfect from the inside. To be fair, modeling is usually spot on. Usually. It's more so the sounds, physics perhaps, that tend to be a bit of a letdown. Well, the cleanliness, sorry, is usually part of the licensing. So I don't know. Even just the bit of dirt and grime it's got at the front, like, I'm usually surprised trains even come with that. Licenses are usually quite strict, unfortunately. But then that's what modders are for. Southwest is less rural. I mean, I'm sure if you were to ask DCG why they took this part of the country, it would be for that exact reason. It's easier in terms of scenery and the environment. Hello, Riddle Time. I don't know what you mean specifically by this line, but the whole thing is Groningen to Zwolle. Thank you, Sammy. The only reason I said I'll do it after the stream is so I can actually do it like properly. I can focus on it. I don't want to just rush it, you know, willy-nilly. Also, I'm trying now with my TikToks and shorts and my reels. I uploaded a bunch last week, and I'm planning on creating a bunch more. I've got some ideas. Some ideas are going to come, but I'm trying. Oh, it's you, Element Future. Well, hello, YouTube, Element Future. May I ask why you prefer YouTube? To get stuff out there, Nabil, I feel like with YouTube videos, it makes more sense to have them out like 1 a day or maximum 2 a day, even though I've done 3 before. Because I guess the others are short form, you know, 30 seconds, 1 minute, they're done, you know. So I feel like it makes more sense to push more content out when it's like that. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to schedule releases for shorts and TikToks, only because it makes the channel seem a bit more active. Because you can rewind the stream. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, usually when I tell people to watch something back, I'll say, yeah, go to YouTube. Thank you for the likes, by the way, on TikTok. I don't know if you like the stream, but thank you. Although you can technically watch stuff back on Twitch, that's live, but it's just a little bit more of a process. You have to go back to my like channel homepage, go to my videos, see the most recent one, which should have like a black screen, and then find it from there. A lot more complex than simply rewinding. Are they tick-and-tonking? Tick-and-tonking? That is the question. That is the question. Bambambini Guzini. Bombardillo Crocodillo. My favorite genre of meme right now. Complete brain rot. Or talking and ticking. Or talk and ticking. A question of the ages. I hate the Ashton Hall memes. I'm not gonna lie. That's why you sent me like 6 and I didn't respond to any of them. I don't like them. What was the other meme that I didn't like? There was another one I didn't like recently. The Rose one. I don't know why. I find it annoying. More annoying than fun. Like, it was okay at first, but I feel like it's been overdone. Even, like don't get me wrong. The real thing is stupid, in my opinion. Like, bro's trying to be like a new generation Andrew Tate kind of thing. I just find it so dumb. The memes are funny on day 1, day 2, and then they fell off. Welcome on board, Disobey. Thank you very much for the follow. So is Disobey a person? Hello, welcome. Yeah, it was a good idea, no, didn't it? It doesn't really make sense when I'm playing other games. And I'm sure if people have followed me because of Cyberpunk or Kingdom Come Deliverance or whatever, it may be a bit confusing, but I'm not going to change it. I really like it. Hey, finally, hello, good to meet you. I've heard amazing things about you from Sammy. Speaks about you very highly. Welcome. Thank you very much as well for the all the tips and the advice that you've given to me through him. Trying to take everything on board. Sometimes things move a little slow, but all is well, in good time. But you're very welcome to the community. I'll go back to what I was saying. I think it was last week or the beginning of this week about DCG. I think DCG just generally, I don't want to say don't like me, but I'm quite honest with my opinions on the game and on the company itself. I don't think there's going to be any opportunity for ambassadorship. I want to say I've given up on that front, but you know, I'm definitely still open. Should Matt come and say, hello mate, how you doing? How do you feel about coming on board? I won't turn it down. I'm just not expecting that to happen anytime soon. So I guess the only appearance that will make on the channel is in the form of an emote. Which, you know what, is enough for me. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. I just want to know why nobody was like happy or excited that they were commenting on my live when TSW5 came out. Nobody shared in my excitement. After years of grinding, blood, sweat and tears. It was just Jamie, but like the official Train Sim World channel was here, was commenting. Do you get it? Like it could be whoever it was from there. It's the fact that I was noticed. Don't play it down, Nabil. Don't be negative. Don't be like that. Where's the happiness, man? You've put your sweat and blood and tears in this as well. I know he was on other people's stream, but he was here. I'm not good. You can make it. You can play it down as much as you want. You can make it poor. You can make it what you want. Bottom line is the official Train Sim World channel commented, was here. We had a chat. I had a chat with someone from there. That's lit. You can't play it down. Like You can try. You can do so if you want. It might not be nothing to you. Thank you very much, Scott, for the repost. But it was good. I was happy about it. That's good. I was like, bro, I'm not like the biggest channel in the world. So to even be noticed in any way, shape, or form by a dev, that's a plus for the channel, man. Thank you for following the TikTok, Sammy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sammy. I noticed, so I honestly put quite a lot of faith in my phone mic. It's an S23 Ultra, for goodness sake, and usually it's pretty good. But you can hear, I did notice that, yeah, you could hear that it was in like a small space. So what I'm gonna do next time is prop my phone up so it's like floating. I do have a holder here that can help with that. And then yeah, use this actual mic, which I was using when I was doing my phone streams when I first moved into where I am now. And oh my god, it was sublime, actually sublime. So I'll take that on board. Thank you. You're the only other person that has noticed that as well, or at least made mention of it. Rode wirelessly. Is that an app? Is it like a piece of software? I can literally. It's quite like it's so simple. Thankfully. C to Type B. Unfortunately, USB. I didn't mean to do that. And it just works. It literally just works. Like it's incredible. So yeah, thankfully, like I don't need to like use any external or any like third-party software or program or any of that. You know what? I have a lavalier mic. It's not the best quality, but when it works, it works. When it works, it works, and that's pretty good as well. But nothing beats this, man. It's yeah. I've got him here. They literally, I didn't buy these. It's like a Chinese brand. I didn't buy them. They just came. I think someone posted them to the wrong address. But listen, nothing's a mistake, right? That is for a reason. I think they're called TXX1. Yeah, SMB. No, MV7. MV7. I can't bloody take him out of the packaging, the foam. Very simple, but yeah, it does the job very, very wonderfully. So I guess, for example, I can use it if I'm out or if I'm moving a lot, you know, if I can't, because this mic needs me to be pretty much on it for it to pick up the way it does. So if I'm going to be like moving a lot or whatever, these will definitely come in handy, which is why I've always kept them close. But they do terribly if something's brushing alongside them, if it's windy outside. I tried to, so when I was doing my food deliveries last year, I did say quite often that I wanted to like live stream as I was doing them. So that's what I was trying to use these mics for, and they're just so bad in the wind, so bad. Like I said, they seem pretty cheap. I'll never know how much they were, but they seem pretty cheap, you know, typical like Chinese, cheap Chinese brand. But yeah, indoors they do the job. It's not stolen, nerd. Can I purposely let the ATB stop me? Yeah, why not? I know how to get out of the how to get out of it. So yeah, why not? The next time we need to slow down, which will be soon, I'll do it. Oh no! This was a gift from above. I needed, like, I actually had a lavalier mic in my Amazon basket when these came through. This was a divine gift. I'll call it that, and I won't see it as anything different. It was way too timely to be anything else. Hank, if I just go above 135, that will be ATB that will stop me, right? So I'm just gonna keep accelerating. It's gonna beep at me. I'm gonna ignore it, and I will let it bring me to a stop by itself. Game is game, Nabil. You know. Thank you, Sammy. You know what? I won't say it on here, but yeah. It will go beyond this. But we'll talk. I do have a lot of plans, and so does the missus as well. So we'll talk. The time will be near. Tell that to the judge. There you go, Hank. So now I believe go to max braking. And then now we should be able to continue on. Works like IRL. Nice. Wife swap. Oh, that was a good show, you know. That was the thing, right? Wife swap. Wife swap. That was the thing, right? I will not be swapping my wife. I'm very happily married, but let's keep it that way. Made it from a +5 to a +1. Wait, what do you mean, Nabil? Made it from a +5 to a +1. Sounds like a SimRoll delay. Yes, I'm a big fan of that, Hank. I do understand why PZB does what it does. But most of the time, it would have been an accidental thing, and the driver would prefer to get back to line speed rather than wait until he goes past the green signal or clears a certain distance and then go back up to line speed. Oh, your OMSI delay. Nice one. I found that pretty difficult on those maps to recover from a delay. Have you just been driving normally, or are you like speeding a little bit? She definitely doesn't. She also is very happily married with me. To me. And is also very, very protective, so... I wouldn't even want to ask. Need to hear it from her. Don't worry, she'll start making an appearance on the channel soon. Before maybe by summer. Maybe by summer. Yes, Hank. See, I've learned some stuff. It's the pulses, and when the pulses change, depending on the rate of the pulses, that's what determines whether you got a 6, 8, 13 or a 4 to show up. I.e. 40, 60, 80, 130. Hey, that would be good for April Fools, but you've ruined it now. Well, I've ruined it now, I guess. So now I need to wait till next April Fools. Like, have her say the exact things that I would say. Give her like a script. That would be hilarious. For like a solid like 10-15 minutes, and then the camera goes off, then it comes back on, and then I'm there, and I just continue on like nothing's happened. Ah, no signal equals 40. It honestly just seems like such a simple but effective system. But in typical German fashion, the German safety systems are over-engineered. One very big problem. What is this one big problem? Do it not on April Fools. Well then, okay, you know what? That might actually be better, because then no one would know what's going on. Because like, okay, it's not April Fools. This day isn't really. There's no event happening on this day, so what's going on? Hopefully our Koploper journey takes place with some sunlight to illuminate everything in front of us. Ah. How often do your tracks get rusty though? I've never really noticed rust on tracks here. I noticed them on old tracks, like tracks that have been around for tens of years. But I've never really, I've never ever heard that it's like a regular problem. Like when I was studying my railway engineering course to get my qualification to work on the track, obviously we, spoke and learned about a lot of usual problems that we face in the UK. But rust was never really a thing. You have like heat expansion, and then obviously they what's the word? There's a word for it, but in the code they obviously retract leaves on the track, which sounds funny, but like it's genuinely a huge problem here. But yeah, I don't really remember rust being a big deal here. Which is odd because we get a lot of rain. Oh, you do it to me again. Well, that one was weird. It was a lot calmer. I can't explain it. That was calm. I think my the volume in my headphones. I didn't speed that often. Listen, speeding should be when it's red, right? That's when it should be. It should show you speeding. When you just go into the yellow, that's not speeding. That's just. It's just enthusiasm. New trains aren't sliding that much sideways. New trains aren't sliding that much sideways on the track. What do you mean? So they don't get a lot of the rust away. Leaf Blower Loco DLC. Oh, the RHTT. Is that the one you're talking about? Isn't that just for like cleaning the tracks or something? Rather than leaf blowing. It should be like in Simrail. What should be like in Simrail, Nabil? I think I've just built my skin has built resistance to the staples sticking out of my armrests on my seat. I don't get stabbed by them like I used to. Apparently I need to come all the way here to actually... Whoa. Oh, hello. This is arguably the best second manatee in the entire game, like of all the trains that we have. This is so sick. Oh, we also have these. Oh my god, I got scared by a fart sound. Oh my god. The thing is, I was about to play the horn. So I was ready for me to play the horn when I pressed the thing and it like came before I expected it. How do you get his timing so bang on? No, I prefer the SNG horn. I don't even think it's a mod as well. I think that's just how it is. Thank you, Nabil, for clearing it up. I noticed the other day, though, that I had two fart sounds. The reverb one, and then like a normal one. I much prefer the reverb one. Trauma from the horn, why? Transport Legend spammed it yesterday, oh my god. I find a lot of people do that on their streams. Like spam the horn. Everyone's got their own little flavor in it. Everyone's got their own spice. I'm glad that he's picked it up though. He seems to be quite consistent with it. Bit too eager there. Picks up streaming. Another SnowRunner DLC. You know what? Fair enough to the devs, because you would have thought that they would have completely dropped it now that Roadcraft is on the horizon. That's very promising to see from a dev. Very, very promising. Or from a studio, however you want to word it. What's loud, Sammy? The fart. That's kind of the point, low key. I don't know. Like, playing those sounds, it's not for free, right? So, might as well get your money's worth. Giving everyone, including me, a jump. Not you, Nabil. I was talking about Transport Legend picking it up. Do you intend to stream like at any point, like obviously later down the line, or just stick to video content? You I still love chongs. I've never heard that word. I want to start using it. I still am thinking about Roadcraft. So I played the demo, and you know, that stream wasn't the most exciting stream in the world, as in feedback wise. I'm happy that it's not coming out until May. Plenty of time to think, and I don't have to split kind of like my money into what I'm gonna buy that month. And I don't know, I feel like I'd have some fun playing it. Like it's quaint, right? It's nice, cheeky. It's not even cheeky, but it's quiet, nice. But it's not exciting, you know, and it doesn't intend to be exciting. It's not meant to be exciting. So I'm not quite sure, because if I buy it, I'd want to buy it to stream to you guys. I just don't know how much you guys would get out of it. Ah, there's a method to the madness. I see. Okay, Domi. Domi, oh my god, sorry. Okay, Nabil. Don't even ask why I said Domi. I can't even explain that one. The plan is, Sammy, to do a bit more of those videos, like I did for the Dutch route. Also, I want to do shorts on. I got a plan to do one on like how to stream to like multiple things at once. I know it kind of deviates from gaming itself a little bit, but it's just an idea for a short. Just a quick, quick 30-60 second guide. I want to start getting I want to do like face videos, if that makes sense, like talking videos. So the DLC ones for any game, to be honest, Truck Sims, like any of the games that have been on the channel before or that I'm into, I want to do the same for them. Yeah, man, just sort of exploiting any possible avenue to pushing content out there more and more. I will do, Nabil. I will do. Nabil, don't be afraid yet. You don't have to. No pressure. But at the same time, also don't be afraid to. If I need, some. When are you gonna do this? Do this. You should do this. Don't hesitate. Sometimes I need the push. That's just how I am sometimes, man. I'll have ideas, I'll have things I want to do, I'll have like a positive attitude, but then I'll procrastinate, or sometimes I just forget as I do. So sometimes I just need like a push, for my own good. No, I will not do How to Escape Jail, nerd. You can do that one. How about that? This is the intercity train, yeah, element. Honestly, nerd, you can absolutely do the caning. Absolutely. I don't mind where it comes from, as long as there's pressure. I do well. I do well under pressure, and like, yeah, as long as there's like an expectation as well. Because it's one of those things where, look, we've all got 24 hours. All of our days are 24 hours long. So it's not really a matter of, oh, I haven't got time. It's more, this isn't a priority, right? When someone says, I don't have time to talk to you, I don't have time to reply to you, you're not my priority, is really what they're saying. Everyone has the same 24 hours. So it will have to be, if I'm not doing it, then what have I prioritized over it? And if it's eating crisps and watching YouTube videos, that's not good enough. No, I mean caning in more so the metaphorical sense, not the literal sense. Sorry to disappoint you. I guess the excitement of driving this train is that you're driving the train, right? I think a lot of people's excitement for this route is, oh, I get to drive this train. And this is the excitement, rather than having some cool scenery to look at, dealing with the reds and yellows, stopping at stations. My hope, cool. My hope is that cool. They've modelled the train, 2 trains. They've started. They've done the signalling. They've done the safety systems. They know how to do that now. So hopefully, we get a more complex Dutch route. But I don't have 100% confidence that they will not do the Netherlands how they've done France. I would not be surprised at all if 4 years from now in TSW9, we're here talking about it's such a shame that they haven't done another Dutch route. I would not be surprised at all. The scenery on here is beautiful. Can you explain that to me, Holy Trucker? The stream beside us right now is nice. We've got 2 buildings there and grass, fields and bushes. Can you explain how it's more beautiful than everything else we have in the game? Yeah, the VR experience will be good. Can't argue against that. Yeah, Element. I mean, I don't know what the railway is like over there. So I can only imagine that it will be a lot more urban. There'll be a lot more in the way of built up areas, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, true, Nabil. I haven't hydrated. No, Nerd. Where did you put my hydrate thing? How long ago was it? Let me have a gander. Oh my god, he did it a while ago. Alright, hold on. I don't really like drinking from that little sprout. There you go, mate. And that, coupled with the huge mug of coffee that I started the stream with, I'll probably need the toilet in about 6 minutes. What do you mean double take of water? Hold on a second. I will fill up my mouth with water, and that'll be it. There will be no double take. It's the urban area of the Netherlands. Well, I mean, like, there's actually a lot to see in the Netherlands, right? I know it's different. Don't give me a chance to speak. I know it's different. But when I play, like, pro mods on ETS2, there's a lot going on in terms of the scenery in the Netherlands. So, and when I'm driving through the Netherlands on pro mods on ETS2, I can tell I'm in the Netherlands. I've never been there IRL, but pro mods are such a wonderful way of modeling countries uniquely that I can always tell when I'm in the Netherlands. And as I was saying on Wednesday, and I still stand by what I said on Wednesday, right now, this right in front of me could be Germany, it could be Austria, it could be Switzerland, could be the UK if I was on the left side. There's nothing to suggest that I'm in the Netherlands. Hello ASR, how you doing, mate? Nabil, you gotta have so much time and patience for TSC these days. You know what, nerds? I do appreciate it. I actually don't think I get as much water as I should be, which doesn't really matter, I don't think, now. But as it's getting warmer, it will definitely start mattering. I used to go through these bottles maybe... I used to get through maybe 3.5 of them minimum a day when I was actually, like, mindful. When I had, like, the thought of kidney stones running through my mind. I think I need to start thinking about kidney stones again. Hopefully not for them to manifest, but just for me to actually get enough water in my system that there's no room for kidney stones. Just the thought of them is enough. I know you are, ASR. Please feel free to update us on the Discord, you and Nilvinus and anyone else that might be watching, with any like cool bits of information that might come from that stream. In many ways, I won't say in every way, but in many ways, Nabil, yes, I also agree that TSC is much better of an experience than TSW. In many ways, but not every single way. If you have enough kidney stones, you'll be able to build a house. You're not wrong. It might take a few years, and you might need to go through a bit of suffering, but you're not wrong. There's gonna be a stream, Sammy, not mine, But a real life train driver will be streaming the new DLC for Simrail. There will be 1 hour less of sleep. However, basically, summer's here. Like, summer is here. The minute the days get longer for me, summer's here. The mood changes. Life just becomes a bit better, you know? Exactly, Nabil. Exactly. Yeah, fair enough. Dad rail, Sammy. Oh, Nabil. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Pair that with the grey UK skies constantly, and it's no surprise that London is just one heap of depression. Also, let me tell you a lot, yeah, the food I put up yesterday. Let me tell you first about the experience, actually. So, I've gone to the place now. Me and the missus will put in our orders, and the ladies asked us if we have any allergies. I've said, yeah, I got a nut allergy. She's like, is there any particular type of nut? I was like, nah, just generally nut allergy. She was like, cool, no worries. So she goes to speak to the waiter, or the guy that's preparing the food, and I don't think bro knows much English. It was like it was an Arab, like it was staffed by a lot of Arab people. The area it was in was quite posh. Usually the posh areas of central London are usually Arably, yeah, you know what, yeah, Arably dominated. So she's going to ask him about if there's anything in my order that's got nuts, and he goes, yeah. So she comes back and she's like, oh, you need to change da 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 da. But I don't really get it. I thought she meant the dessert. I was like, okay, I don't really see how, and it doesn't say it in the menu, where on the other stuff on the menu that has nuts, it's very clearly labeled. So I was like, okay, whatever. Then I told her the other dessert that I wanted, and she was like, no, the dessert's fine. The drink has nuts. I was like, okay. And that type of drink I got on the menu was just labeled under coolers. I don't know what coolers are. So I thought, okay, maybe it's like a smoothie type of thing. And I know some smoothies can have nuts. So I said, okay, no worries. Can I order, they do mocktails. So I was like, can I get a strawberry daiquiri mocktail? She was like, yeah, that's fine. Let me ask the chef. Or the person. She asked the person if the strawberry daiquiri has nuts. He goes, yeah. So she comes back and says, sorry, I can't do that for you. It's got nuts. The missus and I look at each other like, what do you mean the strawberry daiquiri's got nuts in it? So we voiced our surprise. Even the waitress was like, yeah, I'm not sure. But we were like, okay, maybe there's just some twist that they put on it. I said, okay, let me just get a mint lemonade. Mint lemonade. She was like, okay, let me just double check for you. I said, cool. She asked the guy, and now I'm watching her talk to the guy because it was like in view. So now I'm watching the guy, and he says, yeah. And then she goes to him, and she just starts arguing with him. She was like, how? Like, what do you put in it? Isn't it just mint and lemonade? And he was like, yeah. So she was like, how does that have nuts? And then it just turns out he just didn't understand what she was asking him. So I don't think even the first drink that I ordered had nuts in it, let alone a strawberry daiquiri and a bloody mint lemonade. So then, whatever, we cleared it up. Mint lemonade was fine. Anywho, the food itself, let me tell you lot, yeah, arguably the best like restaurant food that I've had. Everything was cooked to perfection. The chicken was juicy, the crunch was just right. The loaded nacho fries were perfectly saucy. The chips were cooked perfectly. There was a healthy amount of jalapenos in there. The dessert, the pancakes, perfection. The clotted cream, the fruit was fresh. You lot, bro, drop the spot. Go check the missus story. It's called Feya, Feya, but specifically the one in Marble Arch. Incredible. A waiter dipping his balls in a drink was not really a vision I wanted to have in my mind. But thank you, Sammy. It definitely is a unique one. Oh, I haven't been paid out yet. No, I won't get paid out until midway through April. But I will ensure they go to good use. My intention for like YouTube and Twitch money is to just reinvest it. It's just that it's usually not much to reinvest. But ideally, when there's a considerable amount coming in on a monthly basis, it's literally to reinvest it. I had a plan initially that I was gonna buy my second monitor with like Twitch and YouTube money, and then have you guys create like some sort of canvas where you guys will put like anything that you want on it, and then I turn it into like a wrap, and then I like wrap the monitor, like the back of the monitor, with that. I don't know how realistic or possible it is. That was just an idea I had in mind. But like, yeah, I want you guys to be part of my stream setup, if that makes sense. I got my reason for going off cam. It'll come back now. Just don't want to get kicked off Twitch. Yeah, it was that, Nabil. Hey Nabil, what was my drip saying yesterday? I looked good, innit? I was so happy with my outfit yesterday, man. I looked sexy, bro. I don't usually feel myself like that, you know, but I was feeling myself yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even pick my nose if I wanted to. My nose has been hurting. My wound, I won't call it a cut, it was a wound inside my nose, is finally healing up, I think. But now I've got pain in my other nostril. I don't know why. I need to check it in the mirror. It's been hurting like this entire morning. No, not like that. Not like that. I mean, just like, you know, like that kind of feeling myself. The thing is, I don't go out. I only go out with the missus. Like, I don't have friends. I actually don't. I've got one possible person that I can link up here and there, and that's someone that I've known since we were in reception. Other than that, I don't go out. I only go out with the missus on like dates. That's literally it. So I have stuff to wear, but I don't like. There's no opportunity to wear them. I'm also always open to ideas for emotes. There will be a channel rebrand at some point between summer and the end of the year, and there's gonna be a whole. I've got the emotes ready. Nabil's seen them, but the new emotes. I've got a new logo ready. I need a banner, and I need animated emotes, and then there's gonna be a whole rebrand, and it'll be done. And then I can bring everything to light. My phone needs an update. I might as well do that now. Hopefully it will be a quick one. Have you got an update in the bill? A phone update? Software update? Everything is Matt's face. Nah. Although, I will definitely make room for memes. You're on bait, bro? Are you not nervous or like worried? Like, when it comes to my phone, I don't play, bro. I don't want to deal with any like funky bugs or any weirdness. I know obviously betas should be safe enough, but you never know, my man. Like, a phone is way too important for me to be taking any sort of risks. I'll just wait for the main update to come. I mean, as long as you're aware of the risks, innit? As long as you're aware of the risks, man. Like usually, I always want to be first to software updates on any device. But the phone, I'll happily wait. Even Windows 11, I will eventually transition to Windows 11. I just want to leave it as late as possible because even up to now, I'm still hearing that for some games, Windows 10 performance is better. And there's still like, and in the most recent Windows 11 update, there was a bug that did something. It's just not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Microsoft needed to. I don't think Windows 11 needed to be a thing. I still don't think it needs to be a thing. Why is it better, Nerd? As someone who's been using it for a while now, why is it better than Windows 10? Oh, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just I'm talking more as a Windows 10 user transitioning to Windows 11. Like, I don't need to do it right now. There's just no need. So in your use, okay, I know you do a lot of IT stuff. Aside from the IT stuff, let's say like gaming and stuff, in terms of actual improvements to gaming, streaming, and just general usability outside of like IT dealings, how has Windows 11 been better for you than Windows 10? And I'm not saying Windows 11 is a bad thing, by the way. I'm not attacking Windows 11. I'm not attacking anyone that's moved to Windows 11. I'm just saying, speaking generally. If an update you die, Dan. Well, I mean, in that case, yeah, absolutely, mate. If your life is on the line, I understand. The SteamOS, it's got potential. It's got potential. It's taken a little while to come, but it's got potential. Well, that was what the most recent update did, Nerd. Unintentionally, I think it killed off a lot of bloatware. And that's why a lot of people are happy with it. Gaming is great. Okay, Nabil, fair enough. Making Steam out of the RTX 5090, what do you mean? The UI is sweet, Nerd. The UI is sweet. At least from what I've seen. When I've seen it on like people's devices and stuff. Steam is made at 100 degrees, yeah. And it's called... oh, right, I've seen... right, okay. Nice. Linux is also a strong contender. Not for me personally, but just generally speaking. I'm aware that it's very good, basically. It's just not for me, at least not right now anyway. And who knows, maybe if I was to make the move, I would happily spend the rest of my life using Linux. But I'm okay not using it at the same time. Any reason why they rolled it back, Sammy? SteamOS is Linux based, but it's like, I don't know, it's not like, I mean, I guess there's so many different variations of Linux, right? I guess everyone uses Ubuntu for the most part, but I also feel like SteamOS is like its own thing. Yeah, as long as the Steam is AI generated ASR. Yeah, basically my point. No. I'm happy that there haven't been many tail light / headlight issues on this release. Oh, Nabil. Bro. It's been so good to us. I'm not going to lie. Steam has been so good to us. So good to us, bro. So good to us. Logged in Tuesday morning and everything had changed. I mean, I'm sure somebody accidentally did something. Which isn't a far-fetched thing because of the way that Windows tries to force the update on you. Like, it actually takes a little bit of work to not upgrade to Windows 11. Making the fridge meme in emote was one of the best decisions I've made. We have it on our... How did it appear on Discord, by the way? Because I didn't add it into Discord, but I saw it there, but it doesn't really work. It's just like a picture rather than a GIF. Did you add it, Nabil? My opinion of the new Discord UI. I'm not going to lie. Either I haven't received the update or I just don't use Discord enough. But like, I still navigate through Discord how I always have with the way I use it specifically. And I haven't really noticed like a big difference. I've heard people speaking about it and not everyone's a fan of it. But with the way I use it, I haven't really noticed much of a difference. And I very rarely use Discord on my PC. I use it mostly on the phone. So maybe that's why I haven't really noticed much of a difference. Every Twitch emote will appear in Discord. Oh, nice. So how come it's not? It doesn't appear as a GIF then? How come it's just a picture? Because I used it as a reaction to something that somebody said. I don't know why. I thought it was funny at the time. But it was just a picture. If it ain't broken, do fix it. I haven't really noticed much. Doesn't work with animated emotes. That sucks. Oh, okay. Well, so with my Streamlabs, so when I had Streamlabs Ultra, with that membership came apparently 3 months of Discord Nitro. I think I told you about this. 3 months of Discord Nitro. So I did it, but then it only gave me 1 month of Discord Nitro. So I should technically still have I should have it right now. I should have another month left. But it only gave me 1 month. Scam. Well, it's not a scam, but it also sort of is. Right, I'll complain to Discord about it. It will never be that deep. Oh, I forgot to post some pictures yesterday. So after our date, we went on a walk, the missus and I, and then I went to where the Hitachi train depot is. And I had this really cool view. And I took a picture as an IET was going past. I forgot to upload it on Discord though. I'll do it later on if I remember. Just a random picture, nothing like super cool, but I just thought it was kind of cool that like the depot is like right there. It was a very cool spot to train spot though. You see the Heathrow Express trains, the GWR trains. And they're quite regular as well. Then I got a train from Wilson Junction. I saw the 390s going past, 377s, obviously a 378 which I got. No, for some reason I don't get FreeSync doing its thing when I'm not in full screen mode. Although in the NVIDIA control panel, I've set it so that it kicks in, so that G-Sync will kick in whether I'm in windowed or full screen mode. FreeSync is AMD's equivalent of G-Sync, but it can work on NVIDIA GPUs as well, whereas G-Sync only works on NVIDIA GPUs. So AMD are like the good guys in that equation. It won't work perfectly, but it works. It's just like you could bump into issues. Hello Tim, how you doing, mate? Fair enough, Element. Maybe, like I was saying the other day, I haven't seen like a cab ride video of a Netherlands route. You know, and maybe that might be part of my issue. What, late to work, Tim? Late to the stream? It works just fine. I mean, I'm just going off what I've heard. And that's what lets TSW down in general. Element. Sometimes, well, the stations don't get spot on. Sometimes they'll get the surrounding buildings spot on, but for the most part, it's just reused assets. I mean, talking of reused assets, on the Mildmay line, which actually had some cool, unique ones, had some Kuju assets, you know? And it's like, it would be nice to get a bit more effort, you know? Late to the stream. I mean, there's always the VOD to see what you've missed out on, Tim. But you're here, relatively, I mean, relatively early, I guess. I guess late would be like if you came during the last service or the last like half an hour maybe. Oh, Windows 11 also has some updates to FreeSync. Okay, we'll bear that in mind. Not the same. It's not the same. But it's also not the worst thing in the world, I guess. No, Bill, listen. Over here, things are different, innit? If you've contracted some virus elsewhere, then I'm afraid it's a personal skill issue. Koplopa. I think the proper pronunciation for it is Koplopa. Koplopa. That's how I think it was pronounced in the root introduction. A TW? What's a TW? Koplopa. I'll try and remember that. I was corrected recently on Zvola as well. A trigger warning. You will not be getting a trigger warning here, I'm afraid. That's how you build up capacity. That's how you get rid of your fear. That's how you break trauma. Face it head on. That's what I should be doing with spiders, really, but it's still kill on sight for now. Why would I know what a TW is? Hug on sight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I won't lie, trigger warning to me just sounds like, you know what, let me not even start speaking on that topic. Some things are better left unsaid. I've already triggered on like muddy waters recently. It was enough. No, I won't turn my cam on, bro. How about that? It is almost over. Have you got any plans for Eid? The double O in. Is that a general rule in Dutch element? Absolutely, I am playing with my dude. I'm so bored right now that I've just got my Wonka out and I'm slapping it on the keyboard. LR Batchy for Tryan. Yes, for Tryan. a general rule. I will try to remember that. At which point, Element, I think it also comes down to just the word itself, right? And how the word specifically is pronounced. Is it, Nabil? Good on you, bro. Good on you. I'm going to order my new case on Wednesday, I think. That's when I get paid. I'm not gonna lie, I paid the bill yesterday. I saw that amount and I was like, oh man, I could have bought that stand. Obviously, you know, it was better spent, but still. General rule is double A or double O or double E. Is that the longer southern version? Okay. Is it that expensive? It was like 96 pounds, I think. That came up to, which I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting it to be that expensive, but yeah, service charge alone is £15. Yeah, but the like the central London Arabs are like, you know, Kuwaiti, Qatari, Dubai. And it was in Marble Arch. Yeah. I mean, at this point, nerd, I'm pretty sure that would be better than having like the radiator hanging outside my case. This is my current situation. Oh my lord, brother. You don't want me to be dropping up on my webcam now? Surely not. And the amount of times that radiator has fallen down, like, fan first, by the way, is unbelievable compared to how fine those fans are. I don't get it. I actually don't get it. How cable tie? How? I've got cable ties, but how? How? It's just like a block. Like there's nowhere for me to, like, you know. And I don't really want to do it through the fan area. To the depth, bro. The thing won't. The length of tubing won't allow for that. Nowhere near. Oh, the screw holes isn't a bad shout. I don't have many. Have a look at this. Oh my god. I knew there was one in there from like my barking days. But take a look at this. I can't stretch my cable. Okay, I can't stretch my cable that far. Never mind. I've got 3 flies stuck inside one of the fans. Like they're sticking out. I can see legs sticking out the sides. 3. That's where they all went. Whenever I used to fight them back in Barking, that's where they all went. They all got stuck inside the fan and died. I never knew until now. I think it failed the other day. They all got pushed to the side. Dangle outside the window. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. But the thing is, the tubing is so short. Perfectly catches insects. Honestly, it's done me a favor because they were annoying. But not like this. Not like this. This was never the plan. That is shocking. Actually shocking. God damn. And there's a ton of dust as well. I think when I do the move, I'm gonna take off the fans, blow it, and just clear all the muck. I will be streaming it live, by the way, when I move everything here to my my new case. So feel free to subscribe or follow, depending on your platform. I very rarely do like a IRL stream, so I do hope to do more. I just don't really have like I've contemplated streaming while at work, but I think that's just a little bit risky and I'd be a bit dumb considering how strict like those kind of policies are at work. That's not a bad shout note. I don't think I'll be doing anything like that, but I'll bear it in mind for the future. The issue is where I was living before, it was above a fishery, a fish shop. So as long as the windows were open, always dealing with like a fly or two that manages to find its way in. Well, hopefully not, no. If I end up on Fail Army, something would have had to cause that, right? So hopefully not. I was actually planning on getting one of those, but then we moved out. Would be entertaining, to be fair, but no thank you. Rather not. Right, yeah, it did take a little longer than 6 minutes, but I do need the bathroom. Good afternoon, Sad Looks. How you doing? Or would the proper pronunciation be like Stadlers? I'm waiting for Nabil to take the mic out of my my German pronunciation. I mean, purpose achieved, right, Sammy? If you're at the point where you feel like you're sinking into your seat and my words are like sounding as if they're coming from inside your head, then I think you're pretty chong. Chong achieved. Sounds racist. I'm glad that you're fine, Stad Looks. I'm good as well, thank you, mate. Become one of the sofa, exactly. Exactly. I do miss that feeling, you know. Hello, Ben. You made a video about this one. Nice one. I guess you've been enjoying it then. You love the Dutch route? A lot of people do. It's nice. I'm having more fun with it than I did on Wednesday. Still some receptors in my brain that have yet to be tickled, but I'm having more fun with it than I did on Wednesday. This joint sounds like minions running in my brain. Where would this service continue on, IRL? Because it would continue on, right? Or would it actually terminate here? What do you mean no announcement? Oh! I actually forgot. I'm not going to lie to you. Thank you for the reminder. Especially when you've got a mod to make them even better. Oh, we got a scenario. Rescue a failed train at Groningen and run its late running replacement service. Okay. Start it off and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. You are clear to proceed to Groningen when ready. Thank you. Keyboard it is then, I guess. That texture on the left is very annoying. Are you back to playing OMSI regularly now, Nabil? When you're feeling it, fair enough. Do you think you'd be playing it more often if you had the wheel, the CSW wheel? Should be fun and not forced. Absolutely. There's no point in gaming when it becomes a chore. Oh, trust me, bro. Same here. Same here. Sorry, peeps. Give me one second. Paramount people, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to end the stream here. And deal with something. But yeah, thank you for joining me thus far. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe. Health is wealth. Jesus loves you all. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. Keep an eye on the Discord as well for any announcements. Peace out.